Picture the scene. You've been on a portrait shoot with a client, but when you get back to the computer, you're met with a conundrum. While your subject looks great, the background location just isn't working for you. It's a challenge professional portrait photographers will be all too familiar with, but don't worry because there is a solution. Using the precise selection features available in Affinity Photo will allow you to isolate your subject in the frame, and then seamlessly swap in an alternative background. Let's see how this technique comes together. With your portrait open in the photo persona of Affinity Photo, start making your selection by heading to the toolbar and clicking on the Selection Brush tool. The keyboard shortcut for this is W. Now, rather than select your subject, the best approach is to actually draw around selecting the background. You can actually change the size of this brush using the square bracket keys. So let's work our way around the frame, selecting all those leaves in the background. And once you have a general selection that's pretty close to what you want, it's then time to zoom in and refine this. Once you zoom in, you'll notice areas that haven't been selected. For example, the little gap here between the hand and the hair. I'm going to change the size of the brush and select this, and you'll actually see that part of the subject has been picked up. Now, I don't actually want this, so what we're going to do is hold the Alt button and actually remove part of the selection that was previously selected. And again, just take your time, change the size of the brush, and then really take your time when it comes to selecting the hair. This is one of the most tricky bits of this whole technique. So try and get as close as you can. We will refine this further later on, but take your time and select all the pixels that you can do. And once again, I've gone wrong a little bit here, so I'm going to hold Alt and get those pixels back. Just go around checking every inch until you're happy with your selection. A little bit more here. Zoom back out. Now, obviously we've selected the background, but what we really want is the model. So I'm going to head up to Select, and I'm going to invert pixel selection. There we go. Now our model is selected. We need to copy and paste these pixels, so you can actually head to Edit and Copy, or you can just use Control and C. And then when we select our background image, and this can be any image you want, we can press Edit and Paste, and there we go, our subject has appeared. Now, what's going to be highly likely is that your subject won't be the right size and obviously won't be in the right position that you want. So we're going to select the Move tool, and the keyboard shortcut for this is V. And that will not only allow us to move the subject round, but if we hold Alt, we can actually resize in proportion and get the size of the model absolutely right. So I think that looks quite natural there. Our next job is to head to the Layers panel. We need to do some refining work on the selection, so we're going to add a mask. And the option is identified by a circle within a square. So I'm going to click on this, and you'll see that our mask has appeared in the Layers panel. We're then going to head back to the toolbar one more time. We're going to select the Paintbrush tool, and the keyboard shortcut for this is B. We're going to zoom in and make sure the brush is set to black and has a hardness of 0%. We're then going to start brushing out some pixels that we don't want to appear, just to make the selection that bit more neater. So this is going to take a bit of time, and I'm just going to work my way around the subject. Don't go overboard, just take off the top layer of pixels that you don't need. There we go, change the size of the brush again. Just neaten it up. We're just going to get rid of this. That looks a lot better already. Now, obviously when you take a portrait, you focus on the subject and the background tends to blur out, especially if you're using an F number like f2.8. At the moment, because we've added our model onto an already sharp background, it looks a little unnatural. So we're going to fix that right now. Make sure the background image is selected. Head up to Filters, scroll down to Blur, across and down to Gaussian Blur. There we go. You'll see the dialog box has appeared and we've got a radius slider. And the more you drag the radius slider out, the more the background will blur. We don't want too much because that will start to look a bit unnatural. So around 5.5 px will work nicely for us. Once you're happy, click Apply, and there we go. You can now make any further changes that you want, either by adding an adjustment layer, such as HSL, to boost the colours, or maybe a brightness and contrast adjustment layer, just to ramp up the contrast a little bit more in your image. Once you're happy with everything, you can now save the image by heading up to File, scrolling down to Export, and saving the file in your chosen format, whether that be a JPEG, TIFF or PSD. There we go. Have fun swapping out the backgrounds in your images, and I'll see you next time.